Hey, second graders. Today we are going to be learning more about the economy like we learned a little bit before. So let's dive into this and expand our brains.
All right, guys, so let's dive more into economics here from the last time. So, we're going to cover what are resources? Resources are a supply of human, natural, and capital resources that can be used by a person or organization to function properly. Again, the types of resources are human resources, natural resources, and capital resources. So, let's break these down even further. So, human resources. Human resources are the people who work for a business or organization that are needed to keep the business or organization working. Now, what are some examples? Some examples are really just jobs. So we have teachers, doctors, waiters, firemen, construction workers. Really, the list can go on and on. So, um, based off our examples, can you think of any other human resources? Again, like I said, most of our examples would be jobs that people have. If you need a second to think about it, pause the video. Otherwise, we are going to move on. So, natural resources. A natural resource is something found in nature that people can use to meet their needs. So, what are some examples? Some examples are wood, gold, silver, fish, corn, coal, wind, fresh water, cows, basically anything we use to make food or anything, any goods like things you see around you, electronics, stuff like that, are very important natural resources. So, can you think of any examples of natural resources? Again, like I said, they're all around us. The things we eat, the parts that make up the things we use, are made of natural resources. Most of your guys' electronics, especially like smartphones or tablets, actually have a lot of gold in them. Reason being is because the gold is needed to help the electronics pass information. Next, we have capital resources. Resources are the man-made tools, machines, or locations used in the creations of other goods and services. What does that mean, Mr. Bryce? So, some examples would be like a factory where they make stuff, right? That would be where they create stuff. Tractors, fire trucks is used to provide a service like to fight a fire. That's a very important service. Computers, the internet would be a man-made tool. Pencils, again, paper, wood, stuff like that. That's what we're going to use to use our tools, our machines, locations to create other goods or services. So these are all really important, right? Can you think of any examples of capital resources? Hint, most things we use at school or work are capital resources, or again, the things that you can help to create other stuff or be productive. We're going to move on, but if you need a second, pause. So, Miss Val says, we have learned about the types of resources which are human, natural, and capital. What are we missing? Wait, what about workers? People who make stuff, people who buy stuff. Is there more to it? Why, yes, there is more, and Miss Val, you hit the nail on the head. Let's talk about supply and demand. Supply is how much of a product is available for purchase at a certain price. Price is how much something costs. Quantity is the total amount of something, so that would be how much, right? I should have put that there, but hey, you live and you learn. So, for example, the store has 20 packs of Pokemon cards for $3 per pack. That would be their supply. We have the price and we have how much, right? Our next example is there are more cards on Amazon. 17 are left over for $2 per pack. So that would be the supply. We have how much and how much they are, the price, and how much are left, right? 17 and 2. So again, we don't need to know this, but I just wanted to show you guys as price goes up and quantity goes up, our supply goes up. What is demand? Demand is the amount of product that people want to buy at a given price. So If the price of something increases, the quantity people buy will go down. What does that mean, Mr. Bryce? Let's give an example that'll really help put it into perspective for us. So Pokemon sells 2 million Pokemon cards packs every year. Each pack costs around $3 each. So that is their demand. So 2 million Pokemon cards are sold every year. I just made this up. I don't know if it's true. But at $3 each. So we have the amount of product people want to buy at the price. So we're going to give another example. In 2021, Pokemon will increase the price of their packs to $3.50 each. This could mean people will buy less cards from the Pokemon Company. So it could affect their demand. So the quantity might go down that people buy. So this is the demand curve. As price goes down, the quantity that people buy, or as price increases, the quantity that people buy will go down. It's a graph. All right. So Ms. Val says, I understand now. So supply and demand influences the price of things.
You're right, Ms. Val. Supply, again, is how much of a product is available for purchase at a certain price. So price and quantity, right? And then we have demand, and demand is the amount of product that people want to buy at a given price. So if the price of something increases, the quantity people will buy goes down. Or if the price decreases, the quantity people buy will go up. So yes, supply and demand do influence the price of things.
I am wondering, there are people who make stuff. What about the people who buy stuff? Do we sell stuff? And what about a teacher? They don't sell.
Great point, Ms. Val. You are right. There are people who make stuff. There are people who buy stuff. We'll cover those in just a second, but those are producers and consumers. Also, you're right. There are people who sell goods, and then there are people such as teachers like myself, Ms. Val, Ms. Miller, Ms. Gina, who provide a service. We don't necessarily sell it. So let's go over that.
So, producer and consumer. A producer is a person or organization that creates goods and services to sell. A consumer is a person or organization that buys goods and services. Okay, so producer makes stuff, consumer buys stuff. People or organizations can be both a producer and a consumer. So I want to give an example of somebody who could be both. A company is a producer of toys, and they are a consumer of plastic and cotton because they would use materials like this to produce their toys. So they would be a consumer of these products. But what's this about goods and services? Well, goods are items you buy, such as food, clothing, toys, furniture, and toothpaste. Goods are objects that satisfy people's wants. Okay, we talked about needs versus wants earlier. Goods will usually satisfy a want. Services are actions such as haircuts, seeing the doctor, mail delivery, car repairing, or teaching. Service is an action that somebody does for somebody else. Remember wants and needs? What do you think is an example of a good or service we need? So I said they satisfy people's wants, but they will also satisfy needs for both of these. We can even look at some of the examples that I gave you. Food is a need, right? You need food to live. Not all food. You don't need candy to live, but you do need other food to live, right? Seeing the doctor, that's a very important service that we need. What about some examples of a good or service somebody wants? So that might be toys, right? You want toys, you don't need toys. Getting a haircut. I'm sure we all want a haircut right now, but we don't necessarily need it, right? I think I'm getting it, Miss Val says. Producers make stuff and consumers buy stuff. Then goods are objects people buy. Services are something people provide to each other. But what about money? Where is the money?
You're right, Ms. Val. We are missing a very important part of all of this, which is money. We use money for everything, to purchase everything. So let's dive a little bit more into what it is.
Money. We have money. Let's talk about it. Money is something that is accepted as payment, such as coins, paper money, or credit. Credit would be like if your parents swipe their card at the store. It's on credit, it's virtual. Income is a profit or gain. So that could be anything. Grandma gives you $2. Hey, profit. Boom. There you go. Wages is the money people get for a job or service they provide. So your teachers all get wages for being a teacher, right? I could also say that I get wages from both of my jobs. So I work with you guys and then I also work at a group home. So my two wages combined would be my income. I get money for all that, right? So they're all kind of very similar but slightly different. So for example, I have money sitting on my dresser. I'm a teacher and my wages are $2,000 a month. My income comes from being a teacher and working at my second job, just like I told you guys about. Miss Val says, I understand now. Wow, we learned so much about the economy. Money is like a $5 bill. Wages is money you make from a job. Income is money you make overall from different jobs.
Yeah, you're right, Miss Val. Money is coins, bills, credit, stuff you use to buy stuff at the store, right? Wages are any profit or gain. That could be you getting $20 at Christmas or getting a gift card for your birthday. That would be a profit or a gain or wages, like we said. And then we also talked about income, and income is money that people get for a job or service they provide, right? So your parents get income from their job. I get income from my job or multiple jobs that people have. That was basically all that I had for you guys today. There's a few worksheets to check out. I highly encourage you to do a couple of those. And if you have any questions, please, 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 please let me know. I'm more than happy to help you guys out. All right. See you later. Bye.